Struggle to get to 18 degrees, I've got to be honest with you. If you're in the other side of the world, got to welcome everybody on board. So let me do this. That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM. And, sorry? Yeah, you need, just been told, could you turn down your radio just a little bit? We're getting a bit of looping feedback there.
Oh, yeah, not a problem.
Absolutely brilliant. In the meantime, to everybody else, welcome along to Galaxy 107 FM. And, well, if you're a first-time viewer, a special welcome to you. Why not become part of the family? Why not subscribe? And, you know, become part of the noise that we call it here at Galaxy, simply because you do have a voice, and believe me, we get all of your media, we really do. And we notice, we take notice, and, well, one person can make a difference, really it can. So today, we're in New York. In fact, we're in Buffalo, New York. It's been a while since I've been to Buffalo. Really, really has. Love Buffalo, New York, I really do. So, we're going to be meeting up with Steph and Mike from the band Hearts and Handgrenades. Check this out. Here's Praising to Me on Galaxy. So how you feeling, guys? You okay?
Yeah, doing great.
Nice. Now, let me just bring this up. Here we go. Got that going. Gosh, I'm good today. I've got so many devices around here, it's not funny. I really, really do. And another one. Look at that. Hand me another one. Dear oh dear. Levi Covey's joining us. Nice to have you on board, Levi. And Tia Timmins. Hiya, Tia. Thanks for joining us this morning, you and Owen, and of course your lovely, lovely artist, Mr. Sprague. Love that name, I really do. Today we're talking to Hearts and Handgrenades, and I'm going to ask them straight away how they came to the name, because believe me, we've been getting a lot of requests to find that information out. So we're going to get down to it today. We really, really are. Oh, Christine Stork. Yeah, Christine Stork's watching. There's that mysterious Five Others as well. Believe me, it's always fun catching up with Mr. Five Others. Yeah, the mysterious Five Others. It really is. So, guys, believe me, it's always a pleasure to meet up with brand spanking new bands. You guys have been making a huge hit at Galaxy. I see your name on the breakfast show roll-up every morning.
Awesome. Cool.
It's put together literally by people from around the world requesting your music, artist and track, if you know what I mean. And about 1:30 in the morning I go into production and we hand build every breakfast show. And believe me, I see your name in there every morning. So I want to know what makes you guys so bloody popular. I really do. So I'm going to ask you that question as well, okay? Oh, I see Not Enough's joining us.
Michael
Boss is watching. Michael Sprague is watching. Of course, Tia is there as well. Nice to have both. And love to one too, by the way. Anyway, let's get this underway. That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, and today we're joined by Stephanie and Mike from the band Hearts and Handgrenades, and of course Kenny and Corey make up the rest of the band. Welcome to Galaxy.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Oh, it's an absolute pleasure. Now, coming live out of Buffalo. Yeah, don't hug the furry cows. Right, got you. Coming out live out of Buffalo, New York. And, guys, I've been a big fan of a lot of music over the years, and every now and again something stands out. Your band, for me, is absolutely fantastic right now. So I want to find out a little bit about you. Now, how did you come to the name Hearts and Handgrenades?
So when we were thinking about what we wanted to go with, we were just trying to go by how our musical influences all sort of came together to start writing the songs that we began with. And we all pulled a different musical influence in from, various genres. And it was kind of things that didn't seem like they would go together, but then we just matched it together anyway. So we said, let's do that with our band name. We threw a lot of ideas around, and we eventually landed on Hearts and Handgrenades because, it's like you got nice, soft and squishy, and then I'm going to explode and blow everything up. So we said, absolutely, there it is, Hearts and Handgrenades.
Fair enough, too. And believe me, I'd love to play with hand grenades, I really would. I grew up, I'm not kidding, I literally grew up with a guy who blew things up for a living as a child, you know what I mean? The only thing I didn't get to play with was hand grenades. Believe me, the guy was crazy. He really was. He reminded me of an Australian guy that had a big floppy hat and a stogie cigar, if you might know what I'm talking about. Well, he was just like that. And in fact, he would light a lot of dynamite, would you believe, off the end of a cigar and throw it in the river and go fishing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One way to do it.
Yeah, believe me, you should be in the tinny with him. It's scary, it really is. Lightning Rod Wilson is joining us. Nice to have you back, Rod. It really, really is. And we'd love to catch up with you at some stage in the near future. Now, we opened up the show with Breathe Into Me, guys, so I think it would be remiss of me if I didn't say, tell me all about this track.
Yeah, this one was kind of the track before this one was called Our Darkest Night, and that's actually the first song that we put out post Kenny Blasey, who was in our band for like the first 5 years. He's no longer with us, actually. We're working with another guy, Jeremy Tabor from Arizona. So he's been working on the tracks with us at this point. But we got together with even these last two songs and just kind of passing the tracks back and forth from Buffalo to Arizona, just working them out that way. And we kind of ironed everything out. And Steph over here always comes up with the lyrics for every single song front to back and does a wonderful job on them. And the song turned out great in the end.
Go ahead.
Which part of Arizona?
Tempe.
Tempe, yeah.
Yeah, it's right near Phoenix, Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
Or it's a part of it or something, I'm not sure. But it's a town or city called Tempe.
Okay, well, I'm quite familiar with Tempe. In fact, my father comes from Tucson, and I was born in Phoenix.
Okay.
So, kind of vicariously I'm a local, if you know what I mean. So, yeah, I can get away with that one, I can. Even though I was brought up here in New Zealand since I was about 2 years of age. So, anyway, Jimmy Piano is watching. Nice to have you on board, Jimmy. It really is. And Mike Gill. Welcome back, Mike. It's been a while. Now, guys, really got to ask you, as a fan, how do we get hold of you? Are you on Facebook? Are you on Twitter? Are you on Instagram? Are you a talker? But more importantly, do you respond?
Yeah, we're on everything, all the major platforms. You can reach us, and yeah, we'll respond. If you send us a Facebook message, an Instagram message, it might not be right that second, but yeah, we always try to get back to everybody that reaches out to us. We're appreciative of everybody that wants to connect. So absolutely,
yeah,
let's go.
I tell people I respond too, but I never do. And to be very honest with you, I have people do that for me. Believe me, I'm just way too busy. And at the end of this, I would like to talk to you not only about promoting you in another way that we can, but I've also got a story for you that you're going to absolutely love. And believe me, it involves not only travel in another country, but, and this is absolutely real, when we got in the car to drive back home, Barbara and I, we both looked at each other and went, did that really happen? Really. But, believe me, this is big news for indie artists around the world. It really, really is. And it's going to produce something where we're going to put all of the indie artists that we have here at Galaxy into a country that's never, ever, ever heard Western music for the last 56 years.
Wow.
We're breaking new ground, literally. And it's at the request of their Prime Minister.
Oh, very nice.
It involves something really, really important, if you know what I mean. Anyway, Burn by My Fire. Now, tell me about this track, because I absolutely love it. I play this in my car, so I think to justify why I do, tell me about this track.
Burn by My Fire. That was your baby.
Yeah.
That was you.
Yeah, that one was fun. I mean, the funniest part of that song happened the day before we went into actually recorded in the studio. We had the whole track. We try to have everything, you know, all the ideas put together, and so we know what we're doing. So we spend as little amount of money as possible in the studio. You know, we don't want to waste time in there. But the day before, you know, Steph over here is like, man, there's something missing from this song. She's like, you know, she's like, can you add some keys into this? So that keyboard part that you're hearing in that song, we did the day before. We made it up from scratch the day before we went in there and just.
Well, it was he's making it out like I was a lot nicer than I was. Yeah, we're sitting there listening, and I'm like, man, something's missing. And Mike's sitting there saying, no, it's fine. We're ready. It's good. And it was like. I mean, it was nighttime, the night before we were recording in the morning, and I looked at him and I said, if you don't record keys on this song, I'm going to kill you. And I just stared at him, and I think I meant it, but then he just goes, okay, and we go into the studio and he records something, and I'm like, oh, perfect. That was it. It was amazing. I'm like,
yeah, but without that keyboard part in that song now, I don't think that song would be anything like it was at all. I mean, I think it made the whole song in the end.
Yeah.
And it worked out pretty good.
And then I said, like, maybe I should make more death threats. I mean, I don't know. It worked out really well in my favor this time.
You know, Mike, I've been a studio engineer for about 40-odd years, and unfortunately I have the engineer curse where you try to break down other people's work, literally. You try and figure out what the nuts and bolts are, how they put it together, and why they put it together. It really is a curse, I've got to be honest with you. And, you know, I think you're quite right. Without those keyboards, it would have been a little bland, to be very honest with you. Steph, absolute stroke of genius. I got to be honest with you. Absolutely love the way it's turned out. So right now, joining us live from New York, Buffalo, New York at that, is Hearts and Handgrenades, Burn by My Fire, here at Galaxy.
Oh, it went down.
How you feeling, guys? You okay?
Yeah, doing great.
Nice, nice. By the way, are you guys, none of you guys are vegans, are you?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. What?
You're not vegans, are you?
No.
No, you're meataholics like me? Okay.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're carnivores.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, look, the reason why I ask this, literally, is I'm trying to get to the bottom of the myth, and I've been trying to find this out for, well, a couple of years.
Hello.
Have you ever tried a vegan sausage?
Nope.
No.
No. I'm trying to figure out whether they're made of real vegans or not.
Yeah.
Yep.
That one you can. That one you can keep. You can use that one. Okay.
Hi, Chad.
Dear, dear. Butch Goodhue is joining us. Nice to meet you, Butch. I'm looking forward to meeting up with you in the near future. I'm loving your work. Chad Williams is in there as well. Nice to meet you as well, Chad. It really, really is. Believe me, having a ball today. We're talking to Steph and Mike from the band Hearts and Handgrenades. Now, I'm also going to ask you about the Goo Goo Dolls. Gosh, I mean, it's in your bio. I've got to, you know what I mean? So please tell me a little bit about that. As we go through this, I'm going to ask you if you've got anything new coming up, because we would love to continue doing some promotions of you. And at the same time, how about doing me a favour? How would you like to do me some voice drops that we can play on the radio here?
Yeah, we can do that stuff, sure. Yeah.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
MP3, please. Please.
Of course, yeah. Just send us whatever email address you want us to send them to, and we'll get them over to you.
Yeah, pass them on to Barbara.
Okay.
Believe me, she's not only my boss, but she filters everything I do. Okay.
Right.
She really does. Oh, she's perfect for the job. She really is. Believe me, very, very. Do you know that she gets about 200 submissions of music a day? You know, so believe me, we only play the best of the best here at Galaxy, and you guys are right in there. You really are.
Thank you to Paul.
Thank you.
And once it goes past Barbara, it's got to get past production and then past the board before we play it on the radio. So there's a bit of a process there.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're loving it. We really are.
Yeah.
That's right. You're right here at Galaxy 107 FM. And today we're joined by Steph and by Mike from the band Hearts and Handgrenades. Is everybody from Buffalo, New York?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay, so you guys have been together for about 5 years, and of course you got through that zombie apocalypse time, the pandemic, literally. So now you're back into the swing of things. Have you had much work on during the summer period?
Well, for as far as like the live flying stuff, I mean, we haven't been doing too. We did it toward the beginning of the whole month of May. We were gone the entire month, but we've been spending the rest of our time keeping real busy doing writing new music. So we're refining our sound every time we sit down to do a new song. We're kind of adding some new flavors in there that we just wouldn't have even fathomed doing before, and just the way that they're all coming together. Each song is got to have a good 40 tracks.
When you get to the final.
Yeah, I mean, you might only hear a guitar, a bass, and a drum, and a singing, or whatever the case is, but there's actually 40 different tracks that are in there. Some of them pitched up and pitched down from the rest, but they're all mixing together. And the guy I was telling you about before, Jeremy, he's just doing a wonderful job mixing and mastering all of the music, and he's actually participating in the creation of it, and so he's helped to write like the last three, 4 songs. So
yeah,
he's
a mad scientist with that stuff too. He's really good, really precise, really technical. So it's been an absolute pleasure having him be a part of the group since he came forward.
That's very cool. Now, Jeff Bateson is watching. Nice to have you on board, Jeff. And Sonny Morgan. Nice to have you back as well, Sonny. It really, really is. Now, at the same time, guys, I'm really, really interested in this because I got to ask you, anything new in the can coming out in the near future? Because believe me, I'd be very, very interested in promoting you that much more. So, forming a basic relationship right now.
Yes, we have a couple.
Couple in the works.
In the works. One's coming much sooner than later. We haven't announced anything yet, but I would imagine in 2 weeks' time, there'll be a Facebook post sitting out there giving the exact date. We already know like everything, like how we want to plan it out, but we have to. I don't want to give that date out yet, just in case it's not. If it has to change for, any reason, but right now it's going to be much sooner than you think. So and then we have another one that we're looking at, a little bit, maybe a couple months after that, just doing another one. So we've got some plans.
Nice. Well, maybe you'll be able to pass them down to us that we'll be able to play here at Galaxy. Shona coming out of Washington State is asking, all well and good that we can get hold of you on Facebook and everything like that, but do you have a merch store and how do I get to it?
Do we have a what?
A merch store.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah, we have a website. So it's just heartsandhandgrenades.com. We've got a whole merch store up there. We've got shirts, hoodies, all kinds of things for, if you want to get a hold of a physical copy of our music. We do have CDs, those ancient little items. They're about this big. We do sell those. But, we try our best to get out and tour anywhere that we're wanted. So if we're lucky enough to get out your guys' way, which we'd love to, we do also have things that we bring with us that are not on the website. But yeah, definitely check it out. We've got some things up there. We've got a few different t-shirt designs, so see if there's something that you like.
Very, very cool. Well, now that you've mentioned that you've got some t-shirts and stuff, how would you like to pass me down a couple here? I'd be honoured to wear your brand. Unfortunately, I'm in staff uniform today while I do these. Now, believe me, it's happened in the past where people have said, Grant, while you're doing the interview, I'm actually buying some stuff from who you're wearing at the time. They're getting caps, koozies, t-shirts, guitar picks, you know what I mean. So believe me, if you'd like that, I'd be more than honoured to wear your brand while I do this.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I'll get with Barbara on that stuff, and we'll get an address, and we'll get the emails and all that stuff squared away. We'll send you guys a nice merch pack.
Mike, you're learning. Get hold of Barbara. Well done. Believe me. Don't get hold of me. Christy Jackson is joining us. Nice to have you on board. And Jody Medford. Hello, buddy. Nice to have you on board as well. We must get together for some moonshine in the near future, and missed you in New Zealand the last time you arrived. We'd love to be able to catch up with you. Believe me, I would. And we'd love to go fishing together maybe, because I don't fish. Anyway, this, I've got to be honest now, believe me guys, I'm in two minds here. I don't know which one is my favourite Hearts and Handgrenades, but I do have quite a passion for silver. I kind of like this, so I think maybe, just maybe, you should tell me all about it.
Silver, yeah.
So, yeah, silver was just kind of, well, there's a funny story with silver, actually. So it started, I can't remember if it was my mom or my dad. One of my parents just randomly came up to me the one day and was like, I had a dream that you wrote a song, it was called Silver. And I'm like, yeah, all right, like, what was it about? And they go, oh, I don't know, it was just called Silver. And I'm like, okay. So then just to be a smart ass, I was like, I'm going to write that song, and we're going to call it Silver, and it's going to be great. So that's kind of where it started. But yeah, for me, it's just one of those, it turned into one of those songs where it's about self-reflection, so the line that Rach has a face that's staring back at me, it's, imagine you're standing in front of a mirror, and it's like, if there's something that, you don't like about yourself, change it, fix it. It's one of those types of, like, motivate yourself to do what you need to do, those kind of that's kind of science behind the song. But yeah, it started out, as a joke, and it turned into a really fun song, and I had a good time with it. So yeah, it's up there. I think it's one of the good ones. It's fast paced, it's upbeat. I like it.
Let me tell you, 1,751 requests since we've been playing it, believe me, and it's climbing every day. As I say, I see Hearts and Handgrenades on the list for the breakfast show. Loving Silver. Again, I play it in my car right here at Galaxy as Silver. Stephanie, how long have you been singing?
Oh man.
Wait, can I answer that one, please? Let me answer this one.
Mike's got a much better answer than I do.
So about 12, 13 years ago-ish, we started, I was playing in a really lousy cover band. And it wasn't sounding good at the time. And it was just the two of us, not me and her, just me and another guy. And we were like, hey, we need a bass player. And then, and Steph's like, well, I play bass. And I'm like, get out of here, you're a girl, you don't play bass.
Girls can do anything.
The fist was going to come in the throat. Like, I was like, what?
But we get her over to do a rehearsal, and she sat down on her bass amp and faced away from us. And played her bass, and we're like, oh my, she nailed everything, and if we can just get her to stand up and turn around, it would be a miracle. So for a couple of years, we played in that band, and she never opened her mouth once. And then that band breaks up, and it's just me and her now. So we're like, well, now what are we going to do? Now we got to find somebody to sing. And she goes, I can sing.
Same treatment, whatever. I was like,
yeah. And then she opens up her mouth and lets the stuff that you're hearing out. And I was more angry at first that we let a few years go by with, like doing it like we were. And then I find out that she could sing like that.
I didn't really know because I grew up, like, I was that kid that, played all the sports with the boys down the street. Like, I was an athlete. I never liked chorus. I didn't do musicals. I hated plays, like, all this. So I didn't sing, And I was like, well, I finally got enough gusto to be like, all right, let's try this. And then it worked out. Mike got over it. And then fast forward to where we are now, and things are going very well.
That's cool. That's cool. Believe me, I love your voice. I really do. I think you're very, very talented.
Thank you.
That's right, you're right, here at Galaxy107fm, and today we're talking to Steph and Mike from the band Hearts and Handgrenades, coming out of Buffalo, New York. It's been a while since I've been to Buffalo, and believe me, I'd rather be there in the summertime. Let's put it that way, I really would. Having said that, and absolutely loving everything that's going on right now, I got to say too, by the way, we need to update your bio if one of your members have left. I could have, walked into that one pretty bad. Bo Gregory is joining us at the moment as well. Nice to have you on board, Bo. And Terry Van Cannon coming out of North Carolina. Have you gone through the picking season for the pumpkins and stuff like that? Okay, and love to Janice for us as well. Of course, Terry Van Cannon is a master at slide steel. He really, really is. And good friend of Galaxy. He's been with us for a number of years now.
Oh, nice.
Very cool.
Having said that, and believe me, I've got to be honest, I've done a little research. I've seen some of the live performances on video, and they are absolutely off the hook. So, what's the plans for next year? What's coming up next year? Believe me, are you looking at doing some long tours? Are you heading out of the state? Are you looking at maybe heading into maybe some other countries?
I mean, we would. It's just the right opportunity needs to maybe just present itself, so we're not close to going anywhere. Like I said earlier, anywhere we're wanting, if we can make it work out, we'll get there. We've done 2 UK tours so far. They were small, short ones. But that was really nice to get out of the US and experience something different. That had been the first time that we were ever in the UK. But yeah, I would love to put something else together like that again. I don't know if it'll be this year, maybe first half of next year, mostly. But yeah, we're always trying to find those right opportunities so that we can get out and connect with people, from other parts of the world. Because it's so different, like you don't realize you live in a bubble until you get out of it. One of those types of things. So yeah, if we can do it, we certainly will.
Well, just kind of putting a few feelers out, I've got to be honest with you. I want to talk to you about a few things after we do this. You never know what might transpire. You really, really don't. Believe me, life never fails to amaze me. It really doesn't. Michael Zdanowicz coming out of Orlando, Florida. Of course, he's with Galaxy Class Promotions in Orlando, Florida. Nice to have you on board, Mike. It really, really is. And hope the kids are doing well. You know who we're talking about, right? Anyway, where I begin, believe me, I'm fascinated by this particular track, so I think we should get right down and dirty and give us the whole explanation of where I began.
Yeah, well, so where I begin is just kind of one of those, like, I'm here and hear me roar kind of songs, this is where I begin. So, and that was kind of also the first song I think we really started to put more emphasis on, like, the heavy sound, because we knew it was a direction that we wanted to go in. And with that one, I kind of feel like we gave it a little more grit than the songs that we had previously put together. And I know also for listeners, they all came out on, the same album, so here you go. So for us, it was kind of the one that, when we were going through our writing process of that album, we got to that one, and I started to do more of, like, the screamy stuff on it, a little bit, and it was kind of like the first step into that for me. So yeah, like, we really wanted to push it to turn ourselves towards that heavier style of sound, and I really think that song might have been the catalyst that kept us going in that direction. Which you can hear the difference from that to Breathe Into Me. So yeah, it was very, very introductory into where we knew that we were going, I guess, fundamentally as a band.
Well, I got to be honest, you got 1,952 requests, and believe me, a lot of them are coming on a Sunday morning because we play more the heavy metal on a Saturday night, and when I get into work, believe me, it's just ballistic. Hearts and Handgrenades are joining us live where I begin, here at Galaxy. How you feeling, guys? You okay?
Yeah, doing great.
Nice, nice. How many countries are tuned in right now? 162 countries are tuned in right now.
Yeah, all right.
That's not bad. How many cities? 74.9. 09. Okay, 7,409 cities around the world are tuned in. But you want the big number at the end of this, believe me. You'll be fascinated by this one. It's the amount of devices that are tuned into the interview, if you know what I mean. We can't tell whether there's 10 people or just one person, but that number is impressive. It is impressive.
It's me.
It's all mine.
Fair enough. Fair enough too. So up next is your most requested track, and believe me, guys, this is fascinating. You're over 3,100 requests for Boom.
Ooh. Wow. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, I do too. As I said, I don't know whether it's Silver or Boom, but I love both of these tracks. I really do, and I blast the hell out of it. I got a kick-ass stereo in my car, I've got to be honest.
There you go.
I think it's music to drive fast to.
Absolutely.
That's the idea with all of them.
Yeah, exactly. Gosh. And we've gone up to a whole 56 degrees. It's sweltering in here. Oh, it's because of all the computers in here as well. Add another 10, 15 degrees in here.
As you can see.
Gosh, do you remember Darth Vader? And that lightsaber? Yeah. It's like this thing here, honestly, you've got to be careful. You might
And
lose
the
a
back.
limb.
So there's a few.
There's a few what? Devices?
No, just monitors in here.
Monitors, yeah, there's a lot of monitors. There really is. We monitor crazy. Wayne Springer's watching. Nice to have you on board, Wayne. It really, really is. And believe me, I'm absolutely excited because Hearts and Handgrenades are on board today. I'm sorry, you know, you guys must be feeling like victims right now, putting up with me.
No, this is great.
Awesome. Because we would love you to come back again. Oh, by the way, are you familiar with the Galaxy Artist Facebook page?
I don't know if we did it out.
No, they're not.
Oh, I don't know.
Nod, smile and say yes. Okay, let's get back to the desk.
I'd love to say we're good with that stuff, but we are not the greatest at that stuff.
Fair
No,
enough.
we're terrible.
Let me tell you about it.
We tried real hard though. We really did.
That's right. That's a little loud. Thank you, guys. You're right here at Galaxy 107 FM. And guys, we were just talking about the Galaxy Artist Facebook page. If you're not familiar with it, please get familiar with it. It's free for artists. It really, really is. We don't charge any artist anything for any product that we may do for you guys, simply because we know it's hard enough to make a dime as it is. So believe me, we're not into that. But if you're a business, that's a different deal. You better talk to us. You really have. Having said that, the reason why I say that is we have so many people go through that page. Could be anybody from a promoter, a venue owner, right down to somebody that's just being nosy like myself. You know what I mean? But the more times that you use that, the more times people get to know who you are. Go and find out a little bit more about you, and before you know it, you got a few more fans coming your way, which is always great to have. And really, if you got a new video, if you got a new track, if you're going to the opening of a shoebox, I don't care. Just use it, because believe me, they really do want to know who you are. And again, that's why I was asking for some voice drops so that I can play on the radio as well. The more times they hear who you are and identify with who you are, well, you know, they will just go out and check you out. And believe me, I guarantee they're going to love you. They really, really are. 3,176 requests for Boom. What makes this so successful? But before you answer that, I'll give you a minute to think about it. Tell me about the Goo Goo Dolls.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, so Robbie from the Goo Goo Dolls, he's very involved in the community in Buffalo. You know, he loves it here. He lives here still, and he tries when he can to just get out and support the local music scene. That's who he is. He's one of those people. We met him really just playing. This was years ago. We were playing 2 cover songs in the local telethon, so a charity event for kids. And we were going out right before the Goo Goo Dolls performed their songs, you know. So of course, you know, you get shoveled into the room, and it's all right, you know, you can't hear anything that's going on, but they promise you it sounds great on TV, right? So you're like, okay. So, you know, then in come those guys, and they're standing in the room, and now we're like, no pressure. Don't suck. This will be fun. You know, so we did well. We played our 2 songs, you know, we stuck around for a little bit, and then it was taking place in a casino, one of the local casinos. So we went downstairs where the bar was, because naturally, why not? You know, we're just sitting around the bar, hanging out, and then Robbie comes down eventually and starts talking to us, and he's asking, you know, well, where do you guys do recording? You know, you have original music? And at that time, we didn't. It was just, you know, we just did cover stuff locally, having some fun. And we told him, like, oh, you know, no, we don't have any. And he just stopped us right there. He's like, no, you got to come and check out my studio. So he owns GCR Audio in Buffalo. That's his studio. We've done most of our recording, except for the most recent songs. But yeah, he hooked us up with a tour of the studio. We booked some studio time before we even had any songs written. We were just like, all right, this is the push we needed to get us you know, to the next level of writing our own music and recording our own stuff. So fast forward, you know, to now, and without that happening, without us being a part of that telethon and him coming down and having that conversation with us, this never would have happened. I'm convinced that Hearts and Handgrenades probably would have never been born if Robbie hadn't taken that, you know, small gesture just to come down and say hey to us and have that chat. So it really was, you know, a defining moment, I think, in us taking the next step in our musical evolution. So we have him to thank for that.
Now, Stephanie, I've got a young lady coming out of Cairns, Australia, while we're contemplating the last question. Her name is Peter, and she's saying, what advice would you give me as a young aspiring artist to get to the level where you're at right now?
Just do it.
Persistence. Don't stop. If you're going to feel like quitting every single day, you're going to have doors slammed in your face 999 times out of 1,000, but you got to just keep going and believing in your own music. And if you stop for 1 second and give up, you're not going to get there. Yeah. And we're not even where we want to be yet. We're still trying to get, you know, advance ourselves along. And it's the persistence. We don't stop. We keep at it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, don't ever give up. Don't let anybody tell you that you're not good enough. Just keep going.
Absolutely, 100% behind you there. I usually tell people, believe in your dreams. They're your dreams, not other people's, okay? Their dreams, believe in you. Believe in them. In the meantime, guys, let's get back to it. What makes Boom so successful here at Galaxy?
It's a driving, just explosive song, no pun intended. It's just good. I mean, I kind of wrote it with the thought in my head of like, you know, that superhero that keeps getting beat up but never gives up. That's what that song is about. You know, I think everybody can relate to that at some point in their life. You know, it's like when life's got you down, just go kick its ass. You know, and that's Boom right there.
I love that. I absolutely love that. You're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, coming out of Buffalo, New York, is Hearts and Handgrenades. Boom! Ah, dear. How you feeling, guys? You okay?
Good.
Yeah, doing great.
Nice. We'll wrap it up after this, but first of all, let me say thank you so much for coming on board. It's been an absolute pleasure to talk to you guys. It really has. Second of all, I really love your work. I really do. As I say, I've been an engineer for about 45 years. Not only as a studio, but as a front of house. I've worked with some of the biggest bands in the world. And believe me, I really like the sound that you guys produce. Please don't give up doing it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And as far as getting to that next level, we might be able to help. Believe me. And that's what I want to talk to you about after this, because where we're going to send you or introduce you to people to, they are huge. They really are a huge, big fan of indie music. They put on their own concerts, and at the same time they have their own magazine, which has been touted, would you believe, as the next Rolling Stone style magazine. Now, I know you guys have been in magazines, and this one's pretty good as well. So I'd like to be able to introduce you to those guys, if possible. Believe me. At the same time, it's all connected to the story I'm going to tell you, because it's not only fascinating, but it's worked out so that we can actually get other artists like yourselves into this country and start having you not only on the radio over there, but touring as well. So we'll see what we can work out, which, believe me, there's a lot of people there. There really is. What's good, Hugh? So sounds great. Cool. Awesome. Yes. That's right. Sorry about that. Somebody was talking in my head at the same time. Today we're talking to Hearts and Handgrenades, of course. Stephanie and Mike from the band. Next time, you never know. Let's say we get together with the whole band next time and, you know, get to know everybody on board. What do you reckon?
Absolutely. Totally.
Very, very cool. Now, you will get a copy of everything we've done today, and at the same time, Barbara's going to put it all together into a movie as well. She's going to give you a video of what we've done as well. Have you guys ever been a cartoon before?
Yes.
Yeah, technically. We did the music video for I Just Want My Rock, so we cartooned ourselves for that one. Have you seen that one?
No, I haven't, but I'm going to have a look because I want to compare how well she does.
Yeah, it's goofy. It's definitely fun. So that song, I Just Want My Rock, we decided to just take a bunch of music genres and make fun of them, just because we could. So we did. But we picked it on ourselves too. Like by the end of the song, we're making fun of rock, you know. So it was a really, really fun. We put together this short little snippet cartoon where we all got ourselves in there. You know, we had a friend of ours be a guest rapper on the track. So we had to check that out.
We were making fun of hip hoppies.
We made fun of hip hop, and we were like, let's get somebody locally who's good at you know, the hip hop stuff. So our buddy Donnie Albert comes on, and we were like, all right. So his cartoon character ended up being like the coolest character in the whole thing. So I'm like, how does that happen? It's a fun one.
Well, Barbara will throw a few cartoons your way as well. Having said that, believe me, I usually say to people, when you get to movie, fair enough that friends and family will always love it and, you know, everything like that. But show it to people you don't like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, believe me, two reasons. It's a great boast to start with. But secondly, it usually puts a tuchus, you know, fire under their tuchus, and before you know it, they're getting in touch with us, saying, hey, listen, I've got a band as well. You know what I mean? And even though Barbara gets a couple of hundred submissions a day, I don't think she works hard enough. So I'm begging for other people to annoy the hell out of her. Give her your work. Go on, do that. Believe me, I've just got a really cool look from you, by the way. Wolf Milestone is joining us at the moment as well. Excuse me. So, we're going to wrap it up right now, but thank you so much for joining us. Been a huge, huge honour to meet you guys. It really, really has, and looking forward to having you come back in the near future. Please don't go anywhere, but in the meantime, everybody else, have a very happy and successful day. From me, I will be back with Barbara in the breakfast show between 5:30 in the morning, and 10. Join us then. Happy radio, everyone.